How should I start this video off? Oh yeah, that's right. Today I want to talk about the differences between mouse and keyboard and macro versus normal controller and what it looks like on Xbox. Now of course, this is also on PS4, most likely it would look the same on all consoles because it is Rainbow Six Siege. Also, we are just going to go quickly over each one and what each one looks like in game. So, let's get into it. The first one I'm going to talk about, of course, is mouse and keyboard. This is most likely the one you're going to see in-game more often than the others, because it's easier to use and it's probably easier to get a hold of. Now, if you didn't know how to use mouse and keyboard on Xbox, Xbox does support it. Technically, Xbox itself supports it, but Rainbow doesn't. That's why you need a third-party attachment. Now, I am playing gameplay of Buck using M and K. You can see how the way you angle and just the way it feels, it looks different. It's a little more shaky. That's how you tell if somebody's on M and K. It's just the look. It doesn't look like normal controller, compared to if you look at Miko or someone that uses controller. So that's it. So let's move on to the next one. Of course, that's macro. If you didn't know what a macro is, so you pull the trigger one time in your controller. You take that, you fire one bullet. Let's say I want to fire 20, so you upscale it. So every time you pull the trigger, you fire like 20 bullets. That's what a macro basically is. And you can make macros all different things. You can make macros for recoil, crowd spamming, fire rate, rapid fire mods. That's how they work. They're basically a macro. So you can pick up about, I think it's about $30 to spend and get a macro for an Xbox controller. Now, as you see, Buck, the recoil control is pretty on point because it's single firing, and instead of you holding on the trigger of it firing full automatically, it's technically still single firing. So the recoil is a lot better than even using mouse and key. And let's move on to controller. Of course, normal Xbox controller is standard. You get it in every Xbox, and then you have Razer controllers. You have Elite Series 2 controllers. You have Scuffs. Now, I like the Elite Series, and Razer's probably the most. I personally use Razer controller because the way the paddles are, I just like the feel of it more than Elite. Now, of course, like the best way of controlling recoil with a normal controller, and so on, is to get bigger control freaks, or if your Elite Series have the bigger stick on it. It's probably the easiest way to control the recoil and most consistent. And of course, everybody knows what a controller looks like. It's very smooth, even if you have a high sense. Personally, I play at vertical is 35, horizontal is 100, dead stick, both dead sticks are at 5, and my inbound sights is 50. So pretty standard stuff. A lot of plats, a lot of diamonds used to set up, even champions sometimes. So pretty standard. I just want to put this video out to help try to figure out people like, oh, what's a macro, or what's a mouse and keyboard. Of course, people should know what M and K is, or mouse and keyboard, but a lot of people don't know what macros are. If you do know the macros, you don't know how to get one. Now, there's one set of ways you can get macros. I know there's all different ways, but personally, the ones that I like, or the ones I have used or haven't used, technically, is probably the ones thing on the Xbox controller. They're probably the easiest. They're simple, very easy to get a hold of, and they're not like horribly pricey, but you know. But instead, if you're just trying to improve your game, use a normal controller. Learn on that first. Once you become good with a normal controller, then you can screw around, because then you have the skill, brother. Alright, I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, and peace out.